Former Manchester City goalkeeper Shay Given is joining the show now to give us his thoughts. Good morning to you, Shay.
Morning, Shay.
Good morning, Shay.
Morning, guys. How you doing? You okay?
Welcome back.
We're in top form, mate. Looking forward to this game tonight.
I can't get on anymore. Sorry, Laura, because Gabby's so busy.
No, I'm sorry.
Do you know
Here he is.
Do you know some, Shay? Do you know some, Shay?
Big contract. I can't get on, so I have to.
He was just saying that. He was just saying that. He said, "How do you think I look in Shay's seat here?" He said to me.
Shay, can I ask you a quick question though before we start?
Yeah.
You know when you left Newcastle to go to Manchester City,
this
did you vision that they would be about to win the Champions League by now?
Thought I would have won the Champions League. That's why I left. I think. When I was there.
Shay, listen, I'm really delighted you're back, and I try and get you on every week, and Gabby says, "Don't, absolutely not."
Can't afford him.
I'm delighted you're back on. What do we expect then in this leg tonight?
I don't know actually. A bit nervous. I think if they get through this game, Laura, then they win the treble. It's that close. Obviously, it's such a big game. I was at the game last year with Real Madrid, and I don't know, some of the goals given. I think it was a handball from a wide free kick was just a stupid goal. I think they gave away Man City, and even at the Bernabeu last week, the first half an hour, Real Madrid couldn't get the ball off, and then Vinicius Junior pops up and they're 1-0 up, and I'm scratching my head thinking, how is Real Madrid 1-0 up in this game? You know, so you can't write Real Madrid off. And Carlo Ancelotti, the job he's done, like 4 times, Champions League winner as a manager, is just a phenomenal record. So it's just, I don't know, I suppose a bit nervous before the game tonight because it's such a big game, but I think if City can play to their strengths and of course get Haaland fired and maybe Mahrez might start tonight perhaps as well, I think it'll be, hopefully City will get the job done.
Shay, that's actually the question I was going to ask you, mate. Gabby and I were talking earlier on. We both kind of think Mahrez is key tonight because we think he's the one kind of player in the City team that go beat a couple of players and open things up, and clearly we think that would benefit Haaland, who, like, Benzema, they were both very well marshalled last week.
Yeah. Even the goal of the weekend against Everton, it was Mahrez who set up, Gundogan when sort of, I think Haaland was distracting a couple of other defenders. The space was there for Gundogan to run into, and score a brilliant goal. But yeah, I mean, Mahrez is a top player as well. I don't think him and Pep have got on eye to eye all the time, but any time he's played, like, he's been absolutely insane. I think De Bruyne will be key tonight again. Obviously, the brilliant goal last week. I mean, Haaland was quiet, but Rudiger had a great game against him. But there'll be moments, I'm sure, tonight where Haaland is, mad to get on the score sheet and hopefully get a goal as well. And Grealish, of course, there was a real battle last week as well with Carvajal at right back, and I still don't realise how he wasn't booked, but maybe it's the Real Madrid effect because they have this reputation of being the kings of Europe or whatever you want to call them. Like, so there's battles all over the field, Ali, isn't there? I suppose.
Yeah. Shay, I wanted to ask you about, you've been to a lot of Newcastle games recently, and the atmosphere in the stadium the fans generate. Yeah. Do the Man City fans need to try and generate that tonight? Because you see Pep a lot, doesn't he, during the games, like asking them for a bit more, gearing them up. If they're on it tonight at the Etihad, them fans, it will lift the team, won't it?
Yeah, I don't think you need much motivation tonight, if I'm being honest. Like, when Real Madrid rock on the town the second leg of the Champions League, and that's another advantage, obviously, being at home tonight. Last year they were away from home in the second leg, whereas tonight they're at home. And the fans do play a key part. You mentioned Newcastle. I mean, the atmosphere at Newcastle at the minute is very, very special, and I'm sure the Man City fans will be very similar tonight. They really need to be behind the team. I'm sure they will. I'm sure, as I say, I was at the game last year. It was a phenomenal atmosphere at the Real Madrid game last year, and that won't change tonight. And they know what's at stake because not just the Champions League that Pep wants to get back. I spoke about the treble at the start of the conversation. Like, if they can get the treble, which would be, Pep's talking about a legacy the last day or two or whatever, but it'd be an unbelievable legacy if he could do that.
Both keepers had good games last game as well, didn't they?
Yeah, top keepers on show, of course they are. They're at that level. Of course, Courtois maybe was a bit disrespected in this country when he was his time at Chelsea and stuff, but he's been a phenomenal goalkeeper. Even I remember the Champions League final against Liverpool, he was man of the match, wasn't he? So he's a a real sort of thorn in the side of English teams since he left. And of course, Ederson's having another brilliant season, and he'll be key again to all they do tonight.
Shay, I was just going to mention there on another subject, I didn't get my Sunday morning text from you and Robbie Keane regarding the Old Firm game last weekend, mate. I normally get a text from you two. You were a bit quiet last weekend.
once we picked up the trophy the week before, I thought there's no point in texting anything. I was like a testimonial for him. I was just a bit shocked that the Rangers players didn't give him, a guard of honour on the way out, Ali, but I sort of understand why they didn't,
Hey Shay, just before you go, real quick one. Newcastle against Brighton tomorrow, 8 p.m. kickoff, talkSPORT exclusive. Cool. How much are you looking forward to this game? It's going to be tricky as well, because obviously it's getting tight with Liverpool trying to get that Champions League spot off, while either you guys or Manchester United.
Yeah, it's going to be really huge tomorrow night. I mean, Brighton were brilliant against Arsenal the weekend, weren't they? And hope it's the Everton Brighton that turns up from the week before. But I mean, Newcastle have got obviously Brighton at home tomorrow night, and they've got Leicester at home on Monday. If they can, it's in their own hands, Laura. If they can get that, then they get Champions League. There's no, that's all they can ask for with 3 games to go. You wouldn't want it to go down to Chelsea the last game of the season away from home and think we have to win this to qualify, because they've had such a brilliant season, and you just hope they can cap it off with a top 4.
Excellent. All right, Shay, enjoy the game.
Shay, enjoy the game tonight, mate.
Take that Newcastle top off and put your Man City one on now for tonight, Shay.
What about I missed the Birmingham City? My goodness. Give it a rest.
It's not bad,
Shay, thank you so much. See you really soon. Shay Given there on the Breakfast Show.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.